Karen Carpenter's voice was more than just music. It was comfort, warmth, and beauty wrapped into every note. Millions adored her, critics praised her, and her songs became the soundtrack of an entire generation. But what the world didn't see was the heartbreaking truth behind the curtain. For Karen, fame brought no protection from loneliness. And at the very peak of her success, when she longed for love and support, her own family kept their distance. Karen Carpenter's journey began in Downey, California. A shy young girl with a passion for music, she first fell in love with the drums before anyone discovered her voice. With her brother Richard on piano, they formed a duo that quickly rose to fame. By the early 1970s, the Carpenters had become one of the most successful acts in America. Her voice was unlike anything else, clear, soothing, yet deeply emotional.
They long to be close to you.
Songs like Close to You and We've Only Just Begun didn't just top the charts, they spoke directly to people's hearts. Karen wasn't just a singer. She was the voice of innocence, hope, and vulnerability during a time of turbulence in the world. But behind the applause, Karen faced a different reality at home. Her mother, Agnes, openly favored Richard, praising his musical genius while often dismissing Karen's extraordinary achievements. For Karen, who gave her life to music and perfection, that lack of recognition was devastating. She would return from sold-out tours, carrying awards and honors, only to feel overlooked in her own family's home. For Karen, success in the outside world could never replace the approval she longed for from her parents, and no matter how high she climbed, that validation never came. This emotional distance left deep scars. To cope, Karen turned her focus inward. She began controlling the only thing she felt she could, her body. At first it was dieting, an attempt to look better on camera. But slowly, it spiraled into a devastating illness, anorexia nervosa. At the time, eating disorders were barely understood. Instead of empathy, Karen often faced pressure to look perfect for the cameras. Friends saw her growing thinner, but few understood how serious it truly was. Her struggle was silent, hidden beneath the elegant gowns and flawless performances. To millions, Karen Carpenter was adored. She was the girl with the golden voice, a symbol of grace and elegance. But behind closed doors, she was painfully alone. The music industry demanded her best. The fans demanded her presence, but when the spotlight faded, she returned to a silence that cut deeper than applause could ever heal. Friends recall moments when Karen would smile brightly on stage, only to retreat backstage with tears in her eyes. Even surrounded by success, she remained isolated. The one place she sought unconditional love, her family, remained a source of disappointment and neglect. By the early 1980s, Karen's health was in rapid decline. She had sought help, but the damage to her body had already gone too far. On February 4, 1983, the world lost Karen Carpenter at just 32 years old. The news stunned millions. How could someone so talented, so beloved, and so young be gone so suddenly? Her passing forced the world to confront eating disorders in a way it never had before. For the first time, society began to see the silent struggles that often hid behind fame and beauty. But for Karen, the recognition and understanding she longed for came too late. Karen Carpenter's story is more than just a tragedy. It is a reminder. Behind the angelic voice was a woman who wanted what we all want: love, recognition, and understanding. She gave the world her music, and in return, the world adored her. Yet in her most private moments, she remained unseen by those she needed most. Her songs continue to play, decades after her passing, proving that true artistry never fades. Karen Carpenter's voice remains one of the greatest in history, but her story, heartbreaking as it is, reminds us to look beyond the spotlight and to truly listen to the people we love before it's too late.